June 2019, and this Malibu Charming Coupe van has been released and will be available as from 2020. Now, what's a coupe? Well, I studied linguistics at university, and I'm unable to say what the word means. And I've asked a number of other people to give me their ideas of the word coupe, and they were unable to really tell me or give a clear idea. So, if you think you know what the word means, then write it down below. I have, of course, looked it up, the dictionary meaning, but it's not really important what the dictionary meaning is. It's what people think it means. Anyway, there's the linguistics lesson over for today. One thing, as you start here, you see, you've got all this lighting, but looking at it from this angle here, what is interesting, and this is something I've talked about in the past, is head height. I've mentioned it in many videos, but it's often the case with van conversions that you have to sort of squeeze below the bulwark to get into the seats, and you don't have to do that here. That limited amount of storage has been gotten rid of, and instead you've got more head height. Now, I'm always on about storage, of course. I'm always thinking of long journeys where you're going to keep your shirts and your underpants and all the rest of it, and your bedding. So, but obviously it's a compromise, and in this case the compromise is to get rid of storage to have extra headroom. So I think that is a pretty good thing in my opinion. I shall sit here and look back at the van, and oh, before I actually sit down though, let's have a look at what we've got down here on the floor. Well, there's a step up here. Lift this up, notice the unusual shape, and down there you've got space to keep shoes or other things down there. Now, this step here actually holds things which are necessary for the heating of the van, and coming out here, as you can see, you've got their outlets for the blown air heating. Now, if you have a lot of outlets, in my opinion, the blown air heating isn't particularly efficient. Could that bit there be gotten rid of and have that flat all the way at the back? Possibly. Right, you also get a good idea here of what the floor's made of. Close this and close that. Oh yeah, see what I just turned the lights off. Now the light switches are down there. And above that we have an extension for the kitchen. Now, there's one or two other things as well which you've got here. Now, there's a room divider. I don't know if that's the right word. There's this wall down there under the bed with a step up to it. That actually is an option, but it does somewhat tidy things up, and we'll see that when we go towards the back. Lovely skylight up there. Plenty of light coming in, even inside a dark place, or darkish place, like we are at present. Now up here, a cover's been put up which hides the truma and the electric state of the batteries and the water. Personally, I don't like that at all, but there's lots of van companies are doing, and particularly actually this is something which seems to have been led by smaller converters who have put things up to hide this information. Now I understand that people might not want things like lights on at night. I do understand that, and so maybe it's that's the reason for it. somebody wrote to me and said about that you shouldn't have blue lights on at night at all, and I would have to say also I've read a scientific paper a couple of weeks ago on LED lighting in general. This has nothing to do with motorhomes, it was in general in homes, and it said because LED, it doesn't use the full spectrum of colours, and therefore is not good for the eyes. So after all of these years when I've been campaigning to have LED because it uses less energy, we now found out that there's a problem for eyesight with it. And that yellow light, the one that we got rid of, is the one which perhaps is better for eyesight. Well, I'm unable to make any comments on that. I'm just repeating what this report actually said. So, and it had absolutely, I must stress, it had nothing to do whatsoever with motorhomes. It was, so I read a lot of medical stuff as well. Right. Down here we have got a bin. Now Cartago has gone in a big way in these bins. This very same bins incidentally are being put now into their the big liners. You know, there is a problem with rubbish in vans, and I think in this case it works okay, although I don't think it works so well in some of the liners. But anyway, you can see that in films about the liners. I've got a bucket on the floor now, it's always getting in the way. Other people put the rubbish in plastic bags and lying on the floor and this type of thing. So, you know, if you're out in the countryside somewhere, you don't have bins and things to get rid of the rubbish. Right, mown over, and alright, well that's the same as every van, isn't it, too? And this thing here, there you go, would of course, as always, benefit from a domestic plug hole. Oh look, it's one of them things there with that in there, so you can pull it up part of the way, should you so desire. Actually, that's a very good idea. That will stop all them bits going down, or some of them bits going down, like that. Now the cutting board, which is also the cover for the sink, can also be used to carry things on. Good one. Well, when the vehicle is parked, of course. Oh, what have we got here? 49,000 euros as the base price, and up here we've got the size details: 636 on the outside, 205 wide, 259 high, and the rear bed is 196 times 900, or 183 times 102, and there's an option of an extra bed somewhere. Anyway, we'll have a look at the bed when we get to it. I'll put this back in here. That's written in French, but I do speak French. Oh, and there's a thing to put where the number plate goes. Fridge above and wardrobe below. I think that's a nice way of doing things. Now, really nice wardrobe for a van of this size. Right, now Cartaco has a patent on the bathroom, which you can see here. And there's plenty of room in it, lots of room in it. And I bumped into a viewer who had just bought one of these, and he said what was great in this is that there is no curtain in it, and so that, you know, when you wash yourself in the curtain will stick to your body, which isn't very pleasant, and this offers plenty of space in here. And also put it to him about the toilet. I mean, is that a good idea, sliding things backwards and forwards? And he said so far there's been absolutely no problems whatsoever. And I think for a small van like this, that is a very, very nice washroom. And there's a skylight. Another a very good feature is this door. See how it closes. Alright, so we'll have a look at the bed here. Lockers all the way around, but the corner lockers, which I think Malibu's seems to be struggling with in some vans in a way, but in this case they've got that net over it to stop things falling out. I think that's a great way of keeping jumpers and things like that, because you can actually see what's in there. Portholes. We've been doing that for some time. So here what we've got is that both sides will go up like this if necessary. There's you can see the metal supports, but the aluminium supports, but they will move as well. So they will go up. So should you want to carry several bikes or anything bulky, boxes, whatever in here, that is possible. Gas, so we have another storage compartment. I think it's a very efficient use of space in here. We've got the boiler down there. The garage is heated. Very nice. Right, so as I say, if there's anything more you want to know, motorhomefulltime.com. And now let's have a final look around this van.